to another Cannabis Critique. Today, we are talking about a drop from Galaxy Labs. It's a cultivator that I have not got to review yet. They're one of the craft brands that came onto the market, I don't know, I want to say about 6 months ago or so. Could be longer than that, I don't know the exact date. But they're one of the new craft brands. I scored their Dosi Trop. This is a cross of Dosidos and Trop Cherry from what I could find on the internet. They don't really tell you their genetics on their website. This one tested in at 24.9% THC and 2.2% terpenes. They don't give you the specific terpenes. They just say terpenes 2.2%. Which I thought was kind of interesting. Before we get into the breakdown, got to give a big shout out to our Patreon supporters. Massive shout out to the 2A Van Man, Baker Man, Tim, and Scott the bartender, our dank dudes. Shout out to Markeisha, our high achiever, on the Patreon page. You guys are appreciated. Thank you so much. Before we get into the review on this one, I did pick this one up at Green Temple in Troy. First time out there. I went out there for their 1-year anniversary party. They had the Sesh Bus out there. If you've never experienced the Sesh Bus, absolutely awesome. I'll put in a little bit of footage of me off the Sesh Bus. Living in the future, smoking weed on a bus, living the dream. But basically, you get on there and you can consume on the bus. They've got snacks and water available there for you. You can just kind of chill out on the bus, have a good time with your homies, and that's exactly what I did at that Green Temple 1-year party. I was on the bus for a ridiculous amount of time, smoking a whole lot of joints with different people throughout the industry and just different people that I ran into. So shout out to you if you did run into me out there. I did see quite a few viewers on the Sesh Bus, so that was pretty cool as well. Always nice to run into fans. It's weird having fans, but I guess I'm at that point, so that's pretty cool stuff. But let's get down to business. The review here, the thing that you guys came for, the review of the Dosi Trop. The look on this stuff, pretty great. Big, kind of big-ish. I wrote down big-ish because these weren't huge nugs, but they weren't tiny either. Good density. The pistils really pop on this one. You see those orange hairs jumping out at you. This one had like that webbing look that you get from a lot of nice-looking bud. Good solid structure to it. I did have a little bit of machine trimming scarring on a few of the buds, so that was a bit of a bummer from a craft brand, but what can you do? 9.3 out of 10 for the looks. I thought the bag appeal remained pretty high. Smell here was awesome. This stuff lives up to that Dosi Trop name. It's very, very tropical. I wrote down pineapple juice as the main smell here, and there's a little bit of like a baked goodsy note and like a gassy note in there as well. Lots going on with the smell here. It lives up to that tropical name, but there's some nuance in there as well. 9.5 out of 10 for the smell. Breakdown here was very good. It had just the right amount of stickiness, and this stuff tended to go a very long way. You could break down just a tiny bit. I was like halfway packing my chillin' with this stuff and getting rippable bowls out of it, so that's always awesome. Like I said, this stuff goes a long way. It goes further than you might think it would. 9.2 out of 10 for the breakdown. Gave him a little bit of a bonus on that. Taste here, again, lives up to that tropical name. Kind of tastes like a green banana, very fruity, soury, maybe like a grapefruit type of vibe. It definitely, like I said, tropical vibes to be had from this one. Lives up to that Dosi Trop name. There is like a gassy note in there somewhere as well. It's very on the end, but you can catch it if you're a seasoned connoisseur like myself. So I really enjoyed the taste. This stuff was very potent. It's one of those ones where you can just mix a little bit of it with another strain and it will overpower that flavor. You'll get a nice tropical vibe. So 9 out of 10 for the taste. High here was pretty awesome. They have this one labeled as a sativa, which I thought was interesting because almost every cut of this stuff is labeled as an indica dominant hybrid. So you never really know, I don't know, indica sativa, what that even means on the market anymore. But I found the high to be mostly in the mood boosty category. It's very potent. As soon as you hit this stuff, you feel it in the front of your face and in your sinuses. That's the kind of like buzz that I got, like that triangle in the front of your face type of buzz. They like I said, they described it as a sativa, great for the daytime, but I feel like I did get a little bit foggy with this one, where like you're in a social situation and you kind of think of what to say like 2 seconds late. So it kind of leads to awkward conversations, if I'm being honest. But you can get away with using this one during the day. I just wanted to mention that slight bit of fogginess. But overall, I find this one to be very mood boosty and laughy. It'll put you in a mood ready to smile. So it's definitely in that social arena. It just made me a bit more awkward than I already am. So overall, I rate this Dosi Trop as great stuff. Like I've said a million times throughout this review, lives up to the tropical name. If you're looking for like a pineapple-y beach vibes type of strain, this one will deliver for you. Great stuff from Galaxy Labs. Also, shout out to them for their packaging. I know this is controversial to say that like you like somebody's packaging, because like most people are like, there's too much packaging in cannabis, which there probably is. There's too much packaging in everything. So, you know, who the cares? I think this stuff looks pretty cool. They got like a galaxy on there and a little window so you can actually see a little bit of the bud, so that's always cool. They got your standard jar, black lid, has a little starburst on the top. That's kind of a cooler note, and I thought it was cool. They have like a theme going. All their strains have like a galaxy type of name to them, so that's kind of cool as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this cannabis critique. I still got a few of these hats available. As you can see, I've stained mine up thanks to paintball. That's kind of what happens when you wear stuff to paintball. So unfortunate for me, but there's still unstained hats available, but not very many of them left. So if you want one, you better act soon, real soon, because people really liking these hats and they are selling quickly. That's no lie. I'm not a salesman, guys. They're actually selling pretty good. I was very surprised. Shout out to people who have complimented the design. And if you enjoyed this long-winded cannabis critique, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more.